I've never used these microphones in a dual setting like I am right now, but today I've got Brantley in the shop with me. We're finna work on this dirt bike. So Brantley, can we get a mic check?
Mic check 1, 2.
Good enough. So Brantley, what's wrong with this bike?
Well, it doesn't run.
What do you mean? How come it doesn't run?
I don't know.
Well, let's figure it out. What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, so the bike don't run. We've just got to figure out why. There's only a few things that a dirt bike needs to run. Brantley, what are they?
Fuel, spark, air, and compression.
That is correct. So what we're going to do, we're going to see where do we get the fuel from?
The carburetor.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take that carburetor off. We're going to clean it out. We're going to make sure it's clean. Then that way we'll know if we've got fuel to the carburetor, we're getting fuel through the carburetor, and then we can alleviate that and then check out the spark, air, and then whatever else he said. I don't remember. Pretty excited. I've got my son out here in the shop with me, making videos with me. So I'm going to video him. He's going to do all the work. My hands are going to stay clean today, but I have to be the cameraman. So let's get him tearing this bike apart. All right, Brantley, what we got to do first, we're going to take this seat off. To get the seat off, you've got two little nuts right here. I believe those are going to be 8 millimeters. So grab your 8 millimeter, take them 2 nuts off. Please, sir. Okay, so you got to change tools, and to change tools, you come over here to the Omni wall. That 10 millimeter, put it back in that 10 millimeter slot right there, please, sir. That 10 millimeter, can you put that? No. When you take that 10 millimeter off, you put it back there in that 10 millimeter slot. You hear me? Right there.
Yes, sir.
See that empty hole? Right there in the 1/4 inch drives, put that 10 millimeter back. There you go. Grab that 8 millimeter. Get that 8 millimeter. There you go. Put it on your wrench. Take that extension off there. You ain't gonna need that extension. That's too much wrench right there. Take that extension off. There you go. Take that socket off. There you go. Put that socket on that ratchet. On the ratchet. Put that extension down. Put that extension back where it goes. You don't know where it goes. Let me show you right here. You see that hole right there? That's my 1/4 inch extension. Put that 1/4 inch, it's upside down. It's not gonna work. Put it back. Put it back. There you go. All right. Put that ratchet. Get that ratchet on that socket.
On the wrong
right there. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's something. Yeah. So is it these two?
Yep. Get them bad boys off of there.
Kinda.
Goodness gracious, boy, slow as Christmas.
I'm trying to get the thing on there. It was a 10, not an 8.
There you go. You got it off.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let's take these rear fenders off. It's 2 8 millimeter bolts right here, and on the other side, we'll take them off real quick. Do you need my help over there?
I need the extension.
I don't think you do, boy. Get back there and get that nut off of there. See?
It's got to kind
of tight. Yeah, just work that fender off. I don't know. It's probably got a pull tab right here, so pull it up in this corner. Pull it. See how it's in that grommet right there? Pull it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how you did it.
Well,
and there's another one.
Probably another one back here somewhere. Right there. Yeah. There it is. All right.
I was afraid I was going to break.
Hey, you got to do that on this side too. Nothing broke. Nothing broke.
Sweet.
Brantley, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We don't have to start taking this entire bike apart. If we're getting to the carburetor right now, all we got to do is just take the carburetor out. We're going to take them 2 nuts off right there. I believe they're 8 millimeter. And then just loosen that with a cross tip screwdriver right there. And then we'll have to unscrew I'll show you that in a minute. Brantley, let's get that off of there real quick. Unscrew that. All right, now take them 2 nuts off. There's 2 10 millimeter nuts right there. Just pop them off real quick.
Like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you meant that one.
On this side of the bike, get that 10 millimeter nut off right there. Now you're recording me because I'm going to go ahead and show you. But bring that camera in here on this carburetor. What we're going to do is you don't have this loosened up. Goober, let me loosen this up just a little bit.
Well,
you didn't loosen it at all.
You didn't even tell me to loosen it.
I did too.
It wasn't letting me loosen it.
So now that's loosened. Well, it's because it was tight. You wasn't squishing on it. So this carburetor, it'll kind of just pop off the hose just like that. Now what you got, this hose from the gas tank right here, make sure your petcock is off. Go ahead and pull that out of the carburetor. And then get your choke lever. Now you've got this from your throttle. We'll just unscrew that. You're gonna have probably some gas in your carburetor. It's gonna leak out, so be mindful of that. We're just gonna unscrew this ring right here and then pull out the plunger and needle right there. We'll go ahead and look at it and inspect it. It's probably good, most likely is, but you never know, so you know, make sure you look at that. Let's let's take his carburetor apart real quick. Give it a quick run through. What you can do while you've got this all apart is take your hose that comes out of your gas tank and just kind of crack your petcock a little bit. Not too much, but fuel came out, so you know your petcock is working properly. Turn it off, it stopped. If fuel didn't flow out of here, you could possibly shoot some compressed up in there and it'll kind of blow out any debris that's kind of collected up in the tank. Or just, you might need some, might need a new petcock. All right, so we got gas. What do we need next?
Air.
Where does that come from?
The air box.
Let's get in there. Yeah, just pull it down and slide it forward.
Almost there. It's
like
almost
that.
there.
It ain't got no air filter.
That means we got air.
And dirt. Huh. All right, so we got fuel, we got air. What do we need now?
Spark.
Where does that come from?
The spark plug.
Correct. I think we probably need to go ahead and take this gas tank off. And so what we need to do, we've got a bolt right here, and then you got one on the other side right here. Let's get them off there, huh?
Yep.
Okay, yep, just pull that little clip out. Gas tank will just kind of pick right on up, out of the way. There you go. Set it carefully over there, making sure you're nothing spilling on you. Because that gas will spill on you. Now we can kind of see what we're working with in here just a little bit better. So to check for spark, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull that spark plug out and see if we can get some spark out of it. So let's get that spark plug out. Pull that boot off of it. Pull it hard, boy. You're going to have to pull it harder than that. There you go. The big socket right there. The big ratchet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a 16 on it. Yep.
Yep. 16 millimeter. Get that plug out of there, boy. Boom. There you go. Plug that plug back into that boot. Now, so grab your spark plug. Put it in your hole. There you go. All right.
Well, won't that hurt me?
Well, then we'll know if we've got spark. Ready?
That's gonna hurt. Can't you just see the spark?
Yeah, we're just gonna kind of hold it up against the engine and then and see if we can see some spark. Okay, I'm gonna hold it over here in the dark. Maybe that'll help. Brantley, see if you can't work it lever. See if you can see the spark. Oh yeah, did you see it? Did you see it? Oh yeah.
Barely.
There. It's there. So we've got fuel, we've got air, we've got spark. What do we need now?
Compression.
The thing about that though is my compression gauge, it's too big. It won't get down in that engine, so what do we do?
I pulled you down the driveway with the 4-wheel. We're trying to pull crank it.
Yeah, did it run?
For like a couple seconds.
When we was at high speed, when you had me pulling pretty good?
Yeah, for like a whole second.
As soon as you let off the throttle, what happened to the bike?
It stalled.
That's correct. So with those symptoms there, and like I said, it's a different issue if you don't have fuel, if you don't have air, if you don't have spark. You definitely need to do some other troubleshooting from there. But if you've got all of those bases figured out and the only thing left is compression, you can't check the compression gauge. If you can get somebody to pull you and it gets going after a good, what happens is that piston in there is wore out. It don't have enough seal to the cylinder wall so that when it's on the downstroke that it's sucking in air, which is going over the carburetor, sucking fuel up out of the carburetor into the piston so that when it comes back up and compresses that and the spark plug fires it off, it's mixed with the oxygen, the explosion, it sends the piston back down. It's a 4-stroke, so it's going to have another stroke in there, but that's kind of the short version of it. But if it don't have that suction, it's not going to pull the gas and it's not going to be able to internally combust, and then your bike won't run. So we've got a new piston on the way. We'll get that maybe put in next week, but we just wanted to show you
how to diagnose a CRF80.
So we appreciate y'all watching the video.
Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Share with a friend. If you're not following along, please consider doing so.
We're always doing something cool around here.
Oh yeah, if you hear from my short form video, I made a reference to this mirror right here being able to tell me a lot about the bike, because these bikes here really are bulletproof. But what this mirror right here tells me is somebody was using this as a mode of transportation, because you wouldn't normally put your rear view mirror on a dirt bike for the kids to ride it around in the pasture. Somebody was using this to get up and down the road. That's cool. This little clue, plus the fact that it is a 20-year-old bike, tells me that it's got every right for that piston to be wore out. So that just kind of covers that little comment right there, just in case you were wondering. And then one more little fun fact, because anybody in the industry will tell you that Honda really hadn't changed these bikes ever. That is a 2005 CRF80. This is a 1985 XR80. When I got this bike, it had absolutely no spark. This bike did have spark. The ignition control model that goes on this 1985 XR80 is the same exact ignition control model that goes on that 2005 CRF80. I'm telling you, it's got the same numbers on the box and everything. So when I couldn't troubleshoot that box, all I did was I took the box off of this bike, put it onto that bike. But I still didn't have any spark. So I took the coil off of this 1985 bike, put it on that 2005 bike. It's the same exact coil. All of a sudden now that bike's got spark. Just a little something I noticed I thought was interesting and I wanted to share with you.